Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolors. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Hello everybody and welcome to Painting Watercolors with me, Colin. And I'm just setting off with some nickel yellow here. I'll give you a quick rundown of the colours. Nickel yellow, Sennelier yellow light, cobalt blue, French ultramarine, burnt sienna, warm sepia and a tiny drop of orange. Sennelier orange. Won't see much of this. A bit more nickel yellow. This is going to be a water meadow scene with some rolling hills in the back. And I'm going to drop maybe a high sun in here. And I'm going to take some of the cobalt blue and burnt sienna. I'm going to make a bluey grey. A bit more blue. Have that like that. I want to take a coin, wrap it in a kitchen towel, just off centre. We can take a sun out. I'm going to take some Sennelier yellow light and I'm just going to run around the edge of this. Just to give it a little bit of brightness. Be careful of going into the blue. And then I'm going to add the water back into the sun and allow this yellow to drift inwards. Nickel yellow in the hillsides here. Maybe a little touch of orange. Probably won't see much of this. Just making the sky light and airy. Once again, cobalt blue. I'm going to take some warm sepia or sepia. I'm going to drop this in just around the sun. You can let it drift into the yellow. Do want some patches of that orange to show through. And I'm going to take my kitchen towel, shape it into like a dart, and I want to take just a little out of these clouds just to give them a white edge. I want to re-add some water in just to push this paint around. Don't be frightened of doing this. It's all very wet at the moment. I'm just softening some of them edges off out of it. Don't play with it, just drop it in. Then I'm going to let that dry. I've just taken some water and re-wet this background hill. And I'm just going to take some of this colour once again, add a little bit of orange to it, some French ultramarine, and just a little bit of sepia just to grey it. I'm looking for a bluey purpley grey. I think that's it. And I want this really weak, so I'm just testing that's a bit strong. Just allowing it to run out here. I'm going to add a little bit more sepia to that just to darken a little bit of it. I don't want this to be too strong. Then I'm just going to lift out some paint, allow the edge to disappear. Very faint down here. some clean water and I'm brushing it back up. A little bit of water along the bottom here and dropping some nickel yellow just here. Just getting the strength right. I've got the board set at an angle so that this will drift through, and I want to add just a tiny bit of water here so there's no line, you can't tell where the water meadow ends and the hillside in the back begins, and then you're going to let that dry. Now that we have that there, it's all nice and dry. We'll take some of the Sennelier yellow light and I'm going to pop it there. And then I just want to take my little mop brush, make sure it's clean, break it open, just take some of this on the tips and into these background trees here. Just want to put some tops on, some foliage. And then I want to take some, just add a little bit more and darken it. Whilst it's still very wet, I'm just going to drop this in and just create these background foliage on the trees. Coming forward, some more of the yellow, some more of the blue, onto palish yellow, yellowish green. So move forward. And once again we can begin to put the tops on these. Just think of the shape of the tree that you want, a little bit more blue to that. I do want these to merge together on this particular painting, leaving some of the light colour showing through. Once again taking more of this colour, some more of the blue. I want to darken it with some sepia, just to create a really earthy green undertone. Dry the brush onto the tips. Just allowing some of the sky to show through. Taking some of the blue, darkening that down again, and just pulling the tree trunks down. Just putting a little structure in, just while it's all lovely and wet. Just a little bit of dark into this. Pulling one or two tree trunks down, taking some of the lighter green out here, just fuzzing up some bushes as it's still, paper's still a little damp. Just adding some burnt sienna in. Maybe just a little sepia. Just bringing that up the hill. Nickel yellow. I want this all to run into this at the moment. Some cobalt blue up here. Some burnt sienna. A little clean water. Into the water area where the meadow was flooded. Take any hard lines lines out. Take some of that grey. Just bringing it in. Horizontal strokes. Maybe add a touch of cobalt blue in it. Now I'm going to lie the board flat. Once I've got the board flat, I'm just going to take some of the green, begin to drop it in, allowing it to come into the water. A little bit more lighter in this here. Once again, I'm going to mix some more up. An earthy brown, earthy yellowy brown. I'm just feeding it into the water. Then I want to take some extra water, drop this in. As it pushes the colours out of the way, we should end up with some mist between the land and the reflections, which is what I'm looking for. Try not to play with it too much. Not too much water, you can see it spreading. I think that's about it for that, and then we're going to let that dry. Now it's all reasonably dry, I just want to run just a few lines of clean water in this. Take some of the darker colour and just drop this in the centre and just tap it with water, just to create some reflections from the trees at the back. You can put them in while it's still soaking wet, but I prefer sometimes just to make them very pale. It's almost so you can't see them. I want to take some more water and I just want to wet this land area down here. I'm going to take some of the colours, just drop this in for now. A little bit of burnt sienna. Warm sepia. And then I'm going to let that dry. I'm just going to take some Sennelier yellow light right in the tips of the brush. And I'm just going to stroke in some colour on the grasses. You won't see this too much, but it is there. Just outlining the path. A fast way to get your grass in. I actually want to pull some of this grass into the water meadow, just to show you that it's shallow. Pull some of this over here. Just a little bit of sepia, French ultramarine. A gate out with a fence. I'm just going to paint this very simply in. Little fence to keep the animals out. Bits and pieces hanging off the wire. Just all that's interest. Cover that up with a bird. I'll leave some suggestions at the end of this video should you wish to view any more that are made for YouTube. All comments are welcome should you wish to leave a comment. And this is where you get to sign it, mount it and frame it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have, please click the like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time.